Hello, I'm Kerri Ebanks.
I'm Daniela Perez.
And I'm Jack Colada Jr. Amy Zanatti from Sports is out today.
Welcome to the final edition of Thursdays on the Hill. I'll be bringing you a recap of Alumni Weekend and talking to you about upcoming events on the Hill.
I'll have your weekend weather report and an in-depth look at the Fine Arts Department upcoming play, Frankenstein.
And I'll be bringing you some information about upcoming events you can't miss in the city of Mobile.
But first, let's start the show off by taking you around the Hill. This past weekend, Spring Hill welcomed back alumni from far and near to young and old. Saturday featured an outdoor carnival with food trucks, entertainers, game booths for families and friends to enjoy. Saturday night, alums and guests ate and danced the night away at the Badger Ball. Alums also enjoyed reunions for classes, sports teams, Greek organizations, Jesuit scholastics, and other interest groups. The weekend was also filled with sporting events and a celebratory mass. Reporter Sarah Bullitt was able to catch up with some alumni.
Hey y'all, I'm here at Homecoming on the Hill, hosted by SHC Alumni Association. I'll be covering the latest events happening this weekend.
The weekend started off on Friday with the delicious Bay Boil, then continued onto Saturday, where many athletic teams showed off their skills on the field, such as baseball, softball, soccer, and rugby. Along with the many athletic events, a Badger Carnival was held next to Stan Galley Field for alumni and their families to enjoy delicious food and games.
Well, Homecoming is an entire weekend where we invite all of our classes, all of our alumni classes, back to campus, and we have about 40 different things going on during this weekend for every Badger alum to come back to campus, come back to the Hill, revisit their space, see old friends, see what's changing, have interactions with students. We may have broken record numbers this year for Homecoming, so we're pretty excited.
Some alumni were around to give us their favorite memory from the time they spent on the Hill.
In my senior year, I was the RA in Walsh Hall on the 3rd floor. Now, I was the one that was in charge and supposed to police everybody and monitor. I had my own room and my own bathroom, which was kind of unusual. So one night, I'm in bed, and all of a sudden I kind of woke up, and there's a girl at the end of my bed. She was across the hall with a guy, and she said, "Hey, Fish, Chris told me I could use your bathroom." Now, I'm in charge. I let her use the bathroom and let her go back across the hall, and that shows you what kind of an RA I was.
When I went to school here, we had a curfew. The girls had a curfew at 11. We could only wear pants on the weekend if there was an athletic event. We had to wear skirts to class all the time. Yes, we had a curfew. We didn't have co-ed dorms. And it's really changed, but the campus looks beautiful. It's really improved.
There's probably a lot of good stories. Some of the big stories were shenanigans we pulled. I think we took Father Volenwater's cart and took it out in the middle of a mirror lake on a raft, and then somebody had to volunteer how to solve this problem 2 days later, so we somehow miraculously could solve the problem and get his cart back.
Saturday night concluded with the Badger Ball, where alumni were able to cut loose on the dance floor, drink, eat, enjoy a live band, and take photos with old classmates.
As you can see, this has been a great weekend for all events happening, from carnival to baseball games to the ball. It's all around great fun. I'm Sarah Bullitt for BTV.
Thanks, Sarah. It was great seeing some of our fellow Badgers back on campus. Well, before students depart campus each year, Spring Hill's Division of Student Affairs sponsors the Student Organization Leadership Awards, better known as the SOL Awards. The awards honor and recognize the individuals and groups that have made a positive impact on the campus community. Some of these awards include the Residence Life Rookie of the Year, Greek Man and Woman of the Year, and the Mark D. Ridgely Memorial Award. The award ceremony and luncheon is only open to individual nominees and their guests. This year, the ceremony takes place on Sunday, April 17th. Well, this Sunday, head to McLean Plaza outside of McKinney's for CPB's annual Crawfish Ball. As always, the ball includes corn and potatoes, so check it out April 17th at 5 p.m. Friday, April 29th, the Men of Color Council will be hosting the big finale MOCC Talent Showcase. Check out the event in LeBlanc from 7 to 9 p.m. There are over 25 acts signed up, which include poetry, singing, dancing, and more. Tickets will be sold at the back of the caf for $2 during the next 2 weeks at lunch and dinner. Tickets at the door will be $3. Doors will open just before the show at 6:30. The Brothers of MOCC will also be performing a surprise act that you don't want to miss. Get your tickets and get ready for lots of laughs and lots of entertainment. Well, this past Monday, April 11th, Badger Court was in session. The annual Supreme Court simulation was held in Gaultrelais. They discussed popular cases such as affirmative action and religious liberty objection to the contraceptive mandate of Affordable Care Act. Spring Hill College celebrated the life of one of its dearest donors, Nan Altmeyer, on Wednesday morning, April 6th. Mrs. Altmeyer passed away on Saturday, April 2nd, at the age of 94. Check out newswire.newscoop.pro for the full article showcasing her life. Well, that's everything you need to know about what's happening around the Hill. Now here's Daniela Perez with the weather. Daniela?
Thanks, Kerri. On Friday, we'll continue to see the rain that we've had over the few days. There will be a 70% chance of rain with a high of 75 and a low of 59. But that is all going to change for the weekend. On Saturday, we'll have a high of 70 with only a 10% chance of rain. And on Sunday, we'll have a high of 79 with a 0% chance of rain. Now here's a look at your 7-day forecast. It looks like we'll be having perfect weather for hammocking on the weekend. Back to you, Kerri.
Thanks, Daniela. Stay tuned for more Thursdays on the Hill right after this commercial break.
Sexual misconduct corrupts the mission of our institution and threatens to damage both the educational, social, and overall well-being of its community members. Spring Hill College prohibits all types of sexual misconduct, including sexual harassment, sexual assault, stalking, and relationship violence.
At Spring Hill College, we are men and women for others.
And we all have a responsibility.
Every sexual assault is a tragedy.
As men and women for others, we have a responsibility to educate,
to prevent,
and to support each other.
Spring Hill College is fully committed to ongoing education aimed at the prevention of gender-based misconduct, sexual assault, and relationship violence in all forms. Each member of our community plays a critical role in the safety and security of our campus, and we place the utmost importance on this responsibility.
1 in 5 women report being sexually assaulted during their college years.
Men also experience sexual assault. However, so few report it that they don't get the resources they need.
We owe it to ourselves to respond to this as a community.
At Spring Hill College, policies are in place to protect our students, and these policies make it clear that sexual misconduct will not be tolerated on our campuses.
When incidences do occur, we respond promptly and appropriately. We have the resources in place to assist those in need.
Sexual assault continues to become a significant problem on college campuses today, and because this type of violence affects so many aspects of an individual's life, it's important that we have resources in place, such as a SART team or a sexual assault response team.
As a member of this community, we have a role to play.
In prevention.
In supporting survivors in our community.
In creating a campus-wide culture where sexual misconduct is simply not tolerated.
We are men and women for others.
We are men and women for others.
We are men and women for others, and we all have a responsibility.
This past weekend, the men's rugby team hosted the Alumni Weekend 15th game against the University of South Alabama Jaguars. Great weather and a heated rivalry brought many fans out to Dorn Field to enjoy an intense match. The Badger men held a comfortable lead for the first half, but with some close calls by the ref and a last-minute turn of events, the Jaguars took the lead with little time left to play. Though our Badgers lost by 3, they are more than ready to kick off the fall season next year. Here are some highlights from the last men's rugby game for the spring season. Well, our very own Daniela Perez takes us to the Arlene Mitchell Theater for a behind-the-scenes look at Spring Hill's Performing Arts' upcoming play, Frankenstein.
The Spring Hill College Department of Fine and Performing Arts has been working diligently these past few weeks to put on their spring production of Frankenstein. I'm here today at the Arlene Mitchell Theater to speak to the director as well as a few of the actors about the play. I'm here today with Father Campbell, director of the play. Father, why did you pick the play Frankenstein?
Well, I love the novel Frankenstein. Not one word in this play is from anywhere else. So there are no Igors, there are no young Frankensteins, there are no brides of Frankenstein. So this is very, very faithful to the text. We started at the end of January, the very beginning of February, so pretty much the whole semester. And we practiced 4 or 5 times a week with different people, different amounts of time, depending upon what part they have. So it's a lot of work.
What's the most challenging part about your role?
The emotions. Yeah, I have to be bland a lot, and then I have to be angry, and then I have to be sad. It's just, he's all over the place because, you know, he was just born, so he doesn't know how to cope with his emotions. So it's really difficult to, you know, capture that in the character.
I'm here today with Seth Lansky, one of the other leads. Seth, what's your role in the play?
I play Dr. Victor Frankenstein, the title character, I guess.
What's your favorite scene of the play?
Definitely the last scene. In that scene, I get to die, and I've always died in most of the plays I've been in here, so it's a fun part for me.
What's been the most challenging part of the role of Frankenstein?
Oh, geez. I think it's just there's a lot of words, a lot of lines to memorize, and you know, some of it gets a little jumbled, you know, just because going from scene to scene. So that's probably the most challenging part.
How many plays have you been involved with here at Spring Hill?
Quite a few. I've been in since my freshman year. I've been doing them both semesters, and you know, you play all sorts of parts. You know, you play little baby parts, little big.
The play will run from April 14th through April 17th at 8 o'clock each night. Come out and support your fellow Badgers for only $5. Reporting for BTV at the Arlene Mitchell Theater, I'm Daniela Perez.
Now I definitely can't wait to see the play. Now let's take it over to Jack to see what's happening in the city of Mobile this weekend. Jack?
The City of Mobile is hosting the Market on the Square starting this Saturday, April 16th, in Cathedral Square downtown. This is a great place to buy locally grown fruits, vegetables, and flowers. The list includes tomatoes, potatoes, sweet corn, cantaloupe, watermelon, plants, and flowers. Along with these, you are also encouraged to try the seafood, casseroles, pastas, pies, and much more. The market will open at 7:30 in the morning and it will be closing at noon. So check it out every Saturday between April 16th and July 30th. Interested in exploring Mobile's ever-expanding music scene? Then look no further, because starting this April, Mobile is getting its own version of Austin City Limits. The event, titled Live from Avalon, will feature local bands performing live from Burnham Hall. Performances will be bi-monthly with a new band performing for each show. The music experience will last throughout the summer season. Lineups and ticket prices have yet to be announced, so for more information, check out Mobile Public Library's website at mobilepubliclibrary.org. Shortly after finals, the curtains will be closing to Avenue of the Oaks. As seniors anticipate or dread their graduation ceremony, one thing for sure is that there is still plenty of time to check off some bucket list goals. When I traveled to the Fairway Apartments to interview members of the graduating class of 2016, I made sure to speak with seniors from all over the country and all different pockets of campus. While most of them were saddened by the fact that their curtain is closing on their Spring Hill days, all of them,
and I've done it all.
Well, almost all of them, agree that there's still more to be done. And as many know, the seniors are not the only ones saying goodbye to the Hill, as we heard from one faculty member and alumnus who says farewell to this college after 10 years. Along with this, here were the most unique answers from the 2016 Senior Bucket List question.
Fix this Coke machine.
Hi, I'm Bree Bazuski. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. And in my last 40 days here before I graduate, I plan to take a shower in the caf and have a little breakfast.
First and foremost, I'd love to watch an entire Badger baseball game from the third floor balcony of AB.
I'm Mark Mullen. I am from Langan Hall, and in the next 40 days, I want to crash a wedding at Stuart Field.
I'm Hannah McIntyre. I'm from New Orleans, and camping on the golf course is on my Spring Hill bucket list.
Walk the catwalk above the quad here behind LAC as well. It's been pretty.
What do I want to do before I graduate? Be successful, well-educated, and ready to succeed in this world we live in today.
My name is Nick DeFelice. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and before I graduate Spring Hill, I want to party with Ani Biswas.
And as I'm taking the next step in my life's journey, 10 years on the Hill, I'll be moving on to San Antonio, taking a new position out there, moving on May the 10th. So certainly going to miss the Hill, but excited to be at yet another graduation. This will be the 7th graduation in a row that I've been in attendance for. It never gets old. It was such a bittersweet moment for me to walk across the Avenue of the Oaks in 2010. Working on my master's here, not going to be able to finish it here, so won't become a double Badger like some of my esteemed colleagues, but certainly excited to see this great senior class that I had a hand in recruiting graduate. Thanks.
So this is what my bucket list is. Oh, wait, but I'm not a senior. Never mind, sorry.
Well, thanks, Jack, for catching up with some amazing seniors.
It was great to hear some unique answers of what they had on their bucket list. Well, that's it for our final episode of Thursdays on the Hill. It's been a great ride. Thanks for letting me take you around the town.
It's been great giving you your weather reports.
And thanks for letting me update you on all things happening around the Hill. Good luck on your finals and finish strong, Badgers. We would like to thank Bill Rowan, Johnny Stevens, and our production crew, and to all of our talent. Oh, and I can't forget, thanks to you for keeping up with us here at Badger TV.